Oh, what a beautiful day. Happy trails, everybody. As you know, this is Mike with Shower Pouch, and you're on Waypoint Overland TV. Waypoint Overland and I had a quick conversation yesterday, and I told him I would give him a little history behind the background, the innovation that brought this product to life. And obviously, if it wasn't for individuals like you and Waypoint Overland, obviously we wouldn't be here today. So a little background. We started a company in 2016. It actually was birthed from the idea of my father, who was in the military, and he did his last deployment in Camp Leatherneck in Afghanistan. And he would move from one forward operating base to another, and the Marines would actually take him around, and he would tell me, like, man, these guys and girls would sneak to high heaven. He said, how in the heck are they just living off of baby wipes? And at the time, I was working for a consumer packaging good company, and I specialized in personal care. And he asked me, like, can you make something better than baby wipes? And that's where the innovation, just like the idea came to life. Obviously partnering with my business partner, Omar, who's a fantastic chemist. We finally had a chance to sit behind the bar one day, and he said, look, I can develop a formula that would be vegan, hypoallergenic, pH balanced, organic ingredients, and it's way better than any baby wipe, because baby wipes are literally essentially just water and a little bit of soap, right? That's why you feel sticky when you use it. So fast forward a year and a half of development, we talked through the size of the cloth. And a lot of people think, oh, just figure out, what cloth you need. But first we had to figure out the size. So we needed something that could clean the center of your back. Baby wipes, you can't do that. Obviously, try to touch the center of your back is nearly impossible. So we figured out 2 feet was the minimum dimension needed to be able to grab from one side of the corner of the cloth to the other. So once we nailed down 2 foot by 1 foot, we then said, all right, what is the substrate we need? So we wanted something that didn't just wick off and fall off. Like, we can use any material, but we found this engineered cloth working with a domestic vendor in the Carolinas, and came up with a cloth that was very similar to a sponge. So we were able to, develop this 2 foot by 1 foot cloth with the cloth material that is like a sponge, and be able to put it into a really small pouch that fits the exact dimensions of your back pocket. Right, so that was our minimum requirements. So once we had that figured out, obviously we had to get the formulation right. A year and a half of development. It took us going back and forth. We first started beta testing with some friends in the off-road overlanding community, actually guys from Camp Pendleton, some guys from the Marines down in Southern California. And we were testing different variations of the scents, the menthol, the different fragrances, everything you could think of. And then once we felt like we landed something, we took it to Showtime, and this was back in 2016. And that's when Overland Expo West became the biggest partner for us, and to really get our name out. And the rest was kind of history, right? So obviously, it's a sensorial product. You got to try it out for yourself to understand, like, why would I justify, spending, a little bit more than a baby wipe to get the best body wipe experience on the planet. So we stand behind our product. It's a 2 foot by 1 foot full body wet wipe. One wipe will clean you from head to toe. The innovation behind it, especially when you think about the packaging, we developed out of a foil pouch, so you can boil it in water, you can stick it in the freezer. It has a 3-year shelf life. And think about those cold nights, especially for us in Southern California. It gets it'll drop in the 50s. And if I want to wipe down with baby wipes at night, it sucks. But the fact that you can either put in a jet boil, or like what Waypoint Overland would do, he would put it in front of his buddy heater. That's 2 different ways of heating it up. And now you're able to enjoy your time out on the trail or on the road, and not have to think about how grimy I am or how, So those are the things we wanted to show the consumer benefit. And we've been riding this wave of just sharing the experience and why this is better. And obviously we started developing more products, between bath bombs, hand sanitizers, a disinfectant wipe, especially at the onset of COVID. So we're trying to be your #1 hygiene solution company on the planet for the outdoor venturer. Everything is pocket size, so you can carry it with you, really small footprint, and we have a really strong sustainability story with everything that we have. So hopefully you come out. Again, we're in Overland Expo Mountain West in Loveland, Colorado. Come by our booth. We're stuck between Trails Off-Road, Fox, Falcon Tires. You can't miss us. Thanks again. Take care, guys. All right, so just to kind of explain what the product is, I'm actually going to show you the citrus shower pouch, which is actually new for us. We have 2 different scents. We're still trying to nail down 1 of the 2 scents. Waypoint Overland obviously has his favorite, and he'll probably share with you what he thinks. But this is the cloth. I mean, this is the pouch. As you can see, has the the instructions and everything. You can read the ingredients. I really highly recommend that you go on our website and read it for yourself, because my mother, being from the South, she always used to say, if you cannot pronounce it, you shouldn't eat it. And the same thing should be applied about what you put on your skin, right? So we're talking about aloe juice, tea tree oil, witch hazel, willow bark, menthol. These are things that you're familiar with, but we wanted to stick with organic ingredients. We didn't believe in like using a lot of soap or anything like that, because soap left behind, if you can't rinse it, leaves you sticky. So the essential oils is what actually lifts and removes the funk and odor and everything else. And also the menthol gives you the simulation as if you just stepped out of the shower. That's why you get that cooling effect. Now, so obviously you see the size of the cloth fits perfectly in the back pocket with these, right? So you can pull that out. Matter of fact, if you want to heat it up too, instead of butt dialing, you use your rear end to actually warm it up. And then you pull it out. Obviously this cloth is dry, but just want to share with you like what the size of the cloth is. It's 2 foot by 1 foot. Really, really, really large. And it's tough as nails. You can't break it. And you can't do that with a baby wipe. It will not fray. So especially men who have beards or really scruffy, if you use baby wipes, you'll have leftover just like paper fibers all over your face. This won't do that. And the cool thing about this is that at the end of life, we tell people like reuse it as many times as possible. So if you're out camping and say you're a hiker and you're walking across a stream, wet it, right? And because it's a sponge, it will stay wet for a very long time. And I always tell folks, just stick it underneath your shirt like this. Boom. Now you have a cool wet cloth over you. And help cool you down while you're walking. And then when you get home, throw it in the dirty clothes, just like your socks or your shirts and stuff like that. Wash it, and when you get done, give it a second life. So that second life can either be turned into a shop rag. You can literally just, if you have some Ziploc bags, clean it up and make your own version of shower pouch and come up with your own ingredients that you feel like would work best for you. So those are kind of the cool, novel features about the product and what makes it very different from a pack of baby wipes. We're all adults now, so we shouldn't have to use baby products if we don't have to. All right, as if I'm just pulling it out of the shower pouch. Pull it out. You got your 2 foot by 1 foot. Now, this is the minimum distance that you need to be able to clean the center of your back. And if you're really smart, start off with your head. Head and hair, you can actually clean your hair with this and come up, work your way down, and you just work off in sections. So this may be your head and face, this is your chest, this is your legs, and then this is your groins. All right, so let that be last. Start from the top down, not the other way around. You probably heard that before, but common sense isn't common. So yeah, that's it. That's how you use the product.